All right, so this is something that I had forgotten to talk about when I was talking about Laura. And yesterday it came up. Okay, I have to make a video, but then something happened, and so I'll make it a little while, and I kind of forgot. When these things come to me to actually do these videos, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I know that the urgency of it is pressing because um, so the urgency of doing it is pressing because if I wait a little bit too long, it kind of leaves. It's almost like like an energy is coming in and saying me, you have to make this video, and if I don't, like right now, I just got it. I was about to jump in the shower, and I just got it to do it again. I could do it after I take a shower, but if I don't do it now, it's almost like I have to like the human body, uh, um, the human expression of the soul has to kind of try to like, what was I gonna say? But when I do it, as soon as it comes in for me to do it, yeah, like now I'm not really thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of waiting for the information to come down. But it is about what Laura. Another thing that Laura has been doing. That she does very um, questionable things when it comes to like you wouldn't really question if you weren't like somebody that really analyzed stuff. And I, as a programmer for 25 years, I actually like 20 years as a programmer. 5 years is more on the banking side, but I learned that I learned how to analyze because you have to analyze the department to figure out the best solution and make something a piece of work better. A piece of something that they do, a process that they're doing work faster and better for them. So that's what I did for many years. So when I start listening to what people are saying to me, if it doesn't really make sense, and if it doesn't and she probably doesn't come across a lot of people like this. None of them do, because if you do, they're gonna analyze everything you're doing, and then you can't get away with what you want to get away with. So the thing with Laura, right? She, when I first kind of met her, and I kind of felt sorry for her because she plays this innocent little woman that with problems, and she has liver problems. She says she's gonna die in a couple of months or a year or something like that. She has a short life expectancy because of the liver. And what she did tell me is that she's looking for a liver donor. Like only a piece of the liver is don, and that kind of like I understand, but that kind of puts me like, well, she's trying to get somebody's liver. She's trying to like kill somebody and then cut out the liver and then use that as I don't know. Not that I think she has the capability of doing that, but you never know in this society, and you never know with this kind of like mix of people that I have living down there, intensity. So when I first met her, she was very she was very sad about like the things that were happening to her. She said that people ripped her off. Some guy, two people took her wallet and stole her bank card, which then prevented her from able to take money out. And then she doesn't have a normal. I mean, there's a lot of things that are like, wow, you could just fix that, and then you wouldn't have that problem. But she allows it to happen. She actually blamed the guy who punched me the other day, and she actually blamed him and this other guy she hangs out with for robbing her. Yet she still hangs out with them. So to me, that's kind of strange, And then of course, I got about a month and a half ago, I got robbed, and my jaw broken and my wallet stolen. So exactly what happened to her, except less the breaking of the jaw, happened to me. So what she does, because she doesn't, a lot of times she doesn't have a bank card, she loses a bank card, and we're very strange. I've been going to the Dollar Tree, which is across the street from her. She goes, "Oh, take the EBT card, and can you mind giving me a few things?" I said, "Okay." And what she did was very strange. Okay, what she did to me was, and this is a series of things that she did that I ended up questioning the whole string of them. She handed me the EBT card, and then she said, "Oh, can you get me some batteries too?" I said, "Oh, wait, you can't buy batteries on EBT." She says, "I don't have any money, so you have a few bucks to buy. They're $1.25 for a pack of batteries." She goes, oh, I don't have any in my, but you know what I'll do is I'll give you my bank card. I give you my bank card and the PIN number. She wants to trust me to, she wants, she wants me to understand that she trusts me with these codes. And I would never, I don't, but also that I have to trust her with my codes. And I'll explain that later on a little bit, and how that I kind of made a little bit of a mistake giving her one. So she hands me the EBT card first. Then I walk back over and get the other card. And then she tells me what the PIN is. And I go on the phone and put the PIN in. And I had smoked a little weed, so I was a little high, just on weed. But and then all of a sudden, she looks like she handed me the bank card. But I was kind of like, and she kept on talking. I was like, all right. Put my back and walked away. Put both cards in my pocket, walked away. Once I was getting to the Dollar Tree, I realized that, oh shit, I don't have the bank card. Oh man, I don't have the bank card. Where did the bank card go? I then bought it with my debit card. I had a few dollars on there, and I was walking back, and I said, "Oh, where was the bank card?" So I looked on the ground, like all the way from one place to the other for this bank card. I couldn't find it. And I called and said, "Did you give me that bank card?" She goes, "Oh yeah, I gave it to you." I said, "Oh, I don't remember. I remember having both cards in my hand and putting them in my pocket, but maybe there's only one. Can you look for yourself? Because I don't know where the bank card is. I believe it's lost." She goes, "Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, it sucks. You lost my bank card." Said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." And I felt bad. I said, "Shit, I lost the bank card, man." But I don't remember having it though. I remember her giving it to me, but a lot of people have this ability, like the three card Monty thing, where they give you something, but then I believe that's what she did to make me feel sorry for her, and think that she doesn't have a bank card, so now she can't get her money out of the account. So of course I had to say, well, there's a way to Cash App. I can change the money that it takes it out from to your card, and then I could I can then go to the bank and take the money out and then give it to you. I offered that only because I felt really bad because I lost the card. Which now I'm thinking I might not have lost the card. She goes, "Oh yeah, it's fine." I go, "Oh, that's great, thank you." So I did that for like a few days for her, and it's kind of funny. It's like, all right, well, why don't you just cancel it? Take all the money out, cancel the card, and then or issue a new card. Because I don't know, it's like, it's the only way you can do it. But instead, she put a block on the card, then cancel it, and then she starts coming to me. "Oh, can you take out another $10? So I'm taking all this money out of her account, and then I have to switch the debit cards from Cash App, and then I started with Cash App, but then something happened. She had blocked it, and it didn't go through, so then I couldn't do it anymore, even when she unblocked it. So I ended up using a PayPal card that I have But now, every time, PayPal, I have to go to the bank, and they charge me, with cash machine at the bank, because I can't go to the shop anymore. So they charge me $250, and when she wanted to take out $10, and then $250, it's going to only be $750, and I can't even take $750 out. That's the thing. I don't, it's a minimum of $20. Most of these, except for maybe TD Bank, which charge $50, minimum of $10. She goes, "Oh," I go, "Well," she goes, "Well, maybe I can go into the store and buy something, and then I could take cash out." I said, "Okay, but I have to give you my PIN." I said, "I'm not sure that." "Oh, you can trust me. Come on, I trust you with my PIN, and you lost my card." I said, "Okay." All right, so I was reluctantly gave her the PayPal, but I don't have a lot of money in that PayPal card, and it doesn't really matter. And I did take out the connection between my normal Capital One card and that bank card, right? So I then thought about it, and if it, I go back and forth between the mean Laura, the crazy Laura, and then she's kind of nice and everything. Maybe I was mistaken. It's like, oh shit, no, I wasn't mistaken. So I started thinking, well, now she's got my card. She could take a picture of the front and back, because I can't go into ShopRite. So she had to buy something. She went inside and bought something, like a soda or something, and got the rest as cash back, as opposed to spending $250 or $350 to get the $7 out. But so then she has my PIN. Now I start getting a little paranoid. Maybe I should change the PIN, but if I change the PIN, so then what I did was after she get back, I just locked the card so you can't use it. But that doesn't mean you might not be able to use it in like an online transaction. I'm not sure what the locking does. I believe you can't use it at all. So maybe she got pissed off because she wanted to buy something on it, without me knowing. That was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have. But then she was trusting me with her stuff. It's like, but that's the way they do it. You trust me with my stuff, and then you can trust me with your stuff, right? So there's two things with that I'm concerned that now she has my PayPal debit card information, and at one point, say if let me see if I die, right? Okay, just say if I die, right? And they get a hold of my phone, right? Her and Bobby, right? And then Bobby figures out how to get in there. Maybe I unlock it before I die or something, because they tell me if you don't lock it, I won't give you the antidote for the poison, and I gotta unlock it, and they poison me anyway. So they unlock it and then go to my PayPal account, and then reconnect my information, because now I got my wallet, the debit card information to Capital One, and then take all that money, Capital One, whatever I have left. Say if like today, right? I stole a bunch of things out, but there's still a little bit of money in the account. But if they would have done it yesterday, they could have got it. They gotta get it all. Did I get in? So I'm. I think they missed this time around, but there's always next month, So I'm there's two things, like I said. There's either the fact that she has my stuff, and that could happen, they can buy something, or they can withdraw all the money by moving it to the PayPal, and then going to a bank and just taking it all out. Cash machine, but variable cash machines, because she knows the PIN on the card now. And number two, all those transactions that I did for her, she could at one point say, "Oh, I never told him to do that. He stole my card. Officer, please. This man is a fraud. He took my money, and he took all my stuff out. I didn't tell him to do it, because there's no proof between we had a conversation." So, but I mean, I get arrested, and then because it was a fraud, the bank gives her her money back. Why would they want to do that to me? I don't know, man. Other than two reasons: one, they're getting paid by somebody that doesn't like me and the videos that I'm making, or two, well, it could be both. Or two, they're trying to, get me exactly when my disability money comes in to the account. Like right now, she doesn't know, unless they have somehow access my account. And Bobby seems a little bit, he's pretty techie, even though he's not an actual program. He's pretty techie, like especially like, what do you call that? The ones that let's see, the ones that know how to, the kids are gonna know how to get around all the security measures to be able to, get your password and download apps that'll take your information, and then use that to drain your account. If that's what they're planning, that's a good probability that's what they're planning. That's what I see when I look at them and see the inconsistencies in their stories, and how, like, both her and Bobby, they supposedly hate each other, but at the same time they hang out with each other. What gets me is that maybe they're trying to, produce it, make people think that they hate each other, just so that, I can talk to her about him, so he knows exactly what's going on, and vice versa if it's the other way around. I don't, so there's, again, the stories are so inconsistent, and it looks like they are smart enough to be able to cover their tracks, in the sense where, well, he stole my card and I never gave him that information, and he took all that money out and he never gave me anything. She could say that, especially if I'm dead, right? And two, what I believe they were planning last night to somehow, because she kept on offering me food, she kept on another bottle of Coke, and I've actually opened that bottle, and it's like, it doesn't really spritz it, tastes a little, it tastes kind of weird, man. And again, there's some way at the bottom, and she's the one who showed me the bottom of this. So I think somebody poisoned me. So she showed me, which I believe she does, the things that she gives to people, because she's like really, really big on giving me a Coke, a big bottle of Coke that she gets from, using the EBT money from ShopRite. I said, okay, I didn't really ask you for that. My little one, boy, that big one is like, because the big one you can fill more of that stuff up, and as you drink it, you get more and more dizzy until you just pass out. Especially since I don't do opiates, and so if they're putting fentanyl in there, or something else, some other like animal tranquilizer or something that I'm not used to, then it will pull me down to the point where I black out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's, anybody can do basically anything they want, including going into my pockets, which is what happened that day they broke my jaw. I don't remember anything. From when I was punched or whatever it was that they hit me with to break my jaw, I passed out, and I didn't wake up until I was at the hospital. Yeah, they said that I was walking around. They had walked back to my tent, stayed there. I called them, 911, and then walked back out again. That's what they said. That's what one woman officer had, and I don't remember any of that. So I'm not sure. And again, last night I felt that it felt like that was about to happen, which is why I needed to get out of there, which I ended up getting out of there, and then she sent me like all these texts, saying how dare you leave, and then, because I think that she had plans to get me to take money as much money out, and then feed me something that was gonna freaking knock me out, and then put on by we're gonna go and take all the money out, and then say, oh, I don't know what happened, you walked away, and then they must have robbed you. And I've worried that if I go, hotel, but that doesn't mean they're going to do it to me. They're going to do it, and especially if I post these videos. As I post these videos, if they start seeing that I know too much and I'm going to spend too much money, they're going to try to get rid of me. And for me, it's like if they try that, at least I know that I'm right. If this is all not what then they just ignore it. He's crazy. Nobody's going to believe me, whatever. And there's no proof of this, but yeah, there is. It's what I'm getting from their energies and the things they do and the things that they do to try to make me feel that I can trust them. Bobby did that to me after he stole my last scooter. He kind of apologized and he said, and thanks for not, and I said, all right, I understand you got a heroin problem, and when you go through withdrawals, it's very, you go through this period, and you had my scooter last time, and you thought and I understand. Okay, I understand, man. I'm going to give you a break. I understand. But as I say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. The kid got me his I lowered my guard with him, and it was a little more like, all right, maybe he's apologizing again. And then in one swoop, he just took my scooter and left, and he was gone. And I couldn't get it back. And that's where I am now. And that's a product of the way they were able to manipulate people that have compassion. See, most of them don't have compassion or empathy. That's why they're able to do that to other people. As I was talking about him, I was yelling at him, saying, hey, maybe there's an old woman crossing the street. Why don't you run up to her, grab her pocketbook, and knock her down, and then run, because that's what you do. So that's the kind of people they are. They have no empathy. They have no compassion. They allow themselves to do these things to people, and just because of the money that they need, because they're everyone, Laura and everyone are addicted to heroin. They shoot heroin, and because of it, there's a point of not trusting, people that abuse plant medicine. But in a case where they're abusing so much that they're abusing their bodies, like I don't do opiates. I don't like opiates, and I don't think that they're good for the body. And definitely, injecting yourself with them constantly is not a really good idea. But I don't want to judge anybody for doing that. I'm not pointing any fingers, and but personally, I don't. But I've seen, because of the withdrawals and the painful withdrawals that people do, I've seen people go through things that do things that they wouldn't normally do. Yes, but this is a little bit different than that. These are people that are almost like they've trained themselves to be able to do this, to con people out of their money. It's an expensive habit, A combination of both those things. It's inexpensive. These are expensive habits, and to be able to keep it going constantly at a level of that, especially when you're shooting heroin or fentanyl, which is probably what they're shooting now. You need the money to support it, and the money to support it is, he's right now he was getting money from his mother's death, which is the insurance and the sale of the house. But I think that's starting to dry up. So what happens when it dries up is that he has to go out and still maintain that same level of drug use or plant medicine use, whatever. Again, I don't want to judge, but I don't want to judge. But when it's done to you, it's like when it's done to somebody else, it's the same thing. It's like if the plant medicine was not illegal, right? And it was monitored and they were shown how to use it without abusing it, then there would be less addicts. Portugal has legalized all plant medicines, all forms of what you consider drugs, illegal drugs, and the crime rate went down, the addiction rate went down. They seem to be maintaining, and that's part of the tribal culture is that there was no addicts in tribal culture. Plant medicine was given to them by a shaman, and it was made for a purpose, to be able to explore their being and to connect with something better, higher than themselves. Now it's not taught that. Now it's just you go out there and find the street drug and then go dancing, or whatever you want to do. And a lot of times alcohol is mixed in, which deadens any kind of effect of any good. And for me personally, there's a lot of things you deem illegal. I deem as a shaman and as reincarnated from very many tribal cultures that use these plant medicines that you now deem illegal. Those things. Those things are important to be for a child in a civilization to understand, work with, and not go behind your back and do it, as a party thing. Yeah, but they're not. So, and you make them legal. So, thinking that's going to stop them, but it's not. They're just going to go behind your back and do them. So because of that, I don't really like. I want to put this out there for you to understand what I'm not picking on these people. Right? I am not doing this because I want to be mean or we're there. You just getting them in trouble. Like you don't want anybody to get you in trouble. I've never messed with anybody like these people mess with me, and I've seen them mess with other people. Especially, I've seen them mess with the people who have died, literally. This guy Scott who died told me straight to face, hey, Laura came into my tent and stole things from me, and I said, Laura did? He said, yeah, man. And he told me that 2 days before he died. They found him dead in his tent. That to me is very interesting because if that was the case, and she knew that he was, and maybe she's the one who poisoned him. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. So, I wanted to express the fact that she's very what you call black widowish, like a black widow that finds a man and then basically with money and then kills him. I don't have the money, but I don't think she's at that level, but she's at the level of at least getting as much as she can from you, especially if you're on something like Social Security, where she can tack onto. She'll give you something that you become paralyzed. And I said, oh, you're paralyzed? Oh my God! If I can help you, I'll help you out. I'll take all your your finances. I'll do everything for you, and then I'll make sure that you get like a little bit, and I use the rest. As you're withering away and dying, and then I'm sure she'll bring you all the way to that grave. So I didn't do anything. I was only helping you. That's the type of person that I'm seeing coming out of her. I'm not imagining this. I don't go around imagining this from everybody I meet. It's the actions that have been and almost like the bipolar. Once a minute she's like really nice, and the rest, that kind of thing, is weird. I mean, I kind of experienced that a little bit with my ex-wife because the alcohol really brought up the bad side of her out. But it's not that with her. She only doesn't drink. I mean, I think it's almost like a stage thing where she gains your confidence, and then, but if you don't follow through, she'll beat you senseless. But if you do, yeah, make you happy. But if not, I'm gonna. So she has that kind of thing happening, which can confuse, I think, a lot of people, and manipulate a lot of people into doing what they don't want to do. So, and then not realizing, maybe I made a mistake doing this, but it's too late, because now you're paralyzed. You're on your deathbed, and you just go, oh, shit, what the fuck did I do? I let this little woman basically take all my stuff and kill me. I don't want to be mean and say that about somebody that doesn't fit that kind of a profile. But and the whole profile thing is like, all right, you can't be profiling people. I got dreads, doesn't mean that I'm this or that. But she's got this black widowish thing that I could see her doing that to somebody. And while it scares me a little bit, as long as I'm aware of it, I'll make sure that anything that falls into those things, I'll document. And so if anything does happen to me, maybe somebody will watch these videos and understand that they should do a little bit more, research and more investigation into those 3 people that died. Right? So I think that's all. Namaste.